In today's video, we're fitting headlights and ignition barrels. So welcome back to Ben's Garage. We are here in the garage on the mighty Panda. Now, suspension work has come to a bit of a standstill at the minute because I've got it all stripped out on this side and I've realised we needed wheel bearings, so I've ordered 4 wheel bearings. They're quite straightforward to change. They just unbolt out the hub. They come away as one. The hub is the wheel bearing basically. Front ones are about €40 each. The rear ones are nearly €90 each, which is a little bit naughty because the rear ones are exactly the same as the front, apart from they got like a little lip cut into them so that they seat into the axle. Now on the front suspension, it doesn't matter so much because you've got your CV joint, so that it doesn't have to be bang on in line. On the rear axle, they've got to be perfectly lined up so that your half shaft, it runs true. Because a little bit out on the wheel bearing end will pull the half shaft either down or up. That's enough to put strain on the bearings in the diff. So we don't want to do that. So we've got to put the right proper bearings on. If I had a lathe, I could machine up some of the front wheel bearings and they would fit. They fit exactly the same, bolt on. But they've just got. I'll show you when we get them. Anyway, they're on order. They should be here, hopefully next week. So there's the steering lock. This is the plug-in version. They do another version with a lead that comes off and plugs in. Nothing coded on this. This car's 1987, so it's getting on a little bit. Made by Magneti Marelli, which you would think was Italian, but according to the box, made in Turkey. But it's still not Chinese rubbish, so that's going on. That was quite an expensive piece. That was about 70 quid for that, when other parts on the car are really quite reasonable. So we've got the headlights. Now we're changing the headlights. If you'll see, the originals have got quite tarnished on the reflector inside the headlight. The indicators are a different colour. The original indicators on the car are white, but they've got like an amber cover that goes over the bulb. It's just a standard bulb in it, but it's got like an amber cover that goes over it, which just makes it flash orange. These ones are orange. They're obviously aftermarket, and when I fitted this one, I did have to pack it out with some washers, just so that it sat nicely in there and all the lines were nice. So that's what we're going to have to do with this one. So I'll show you that when we get over onto the car. This one might go straight in. It might not be a problem at all. But I've got plenty of washers, so if I have to, we'll pack them out. And then we've got the door locks. Now the only reason we're changing the door locks is because there was different locks on different doors. People had changed them over the years, so I just got a lock set. So we've got both the doors and the rear tailgate, so they're all going to be on the same key. And unfortunately, the ignition is going to be on a different key, but whichever way you take that, I don't know. Could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. So we've got the keys. They're just a standard Fiat key with bubbles on. So I've conferred with the Hobbit. I said, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to paint the key so you know which one's the ignition key? Or do you want me to grind the bubbles off? She said, yeah, grind the bubbles off, but leave the bubbles on the one for the door. Because if it's cold, she can still get a bit of traction on the key. She's got cold hands. Once you're in the car, you can warm up a little bit. And so what I've done, I've just ground the bubbles off smooth, so we know that that one's the ignition key. And the only other key is the fuel cap key, which is just one of these little things. We've only got one of those, so she's going to try and get one of those cut. So yeah, it'd be nice not to have a whole bloody thing of keys. One key gets you in, the other one gets it started. So we're going to crack on. We'll get over on the car. I might get this headlight done first, so we'll see you over on the car. So the only thing that holds these in is 3 8mm bolts. So I've had to take the screen wash bottle out of the way. Now I took them bolts out the back, they should just come forward now. Like so. So I've just unplugged the back of the headlight. Just undo this clip. There we go. It's broken then, that one. We'd have had fun and games with that when it came to changing the bulb. So this is what I mean, it's got this cover on it. That comes off. Then we can get to the bulb. Bit of upcycling. Don't want to go too tight, but tight enough that it pulls it in, because there's a rubber seal around it. It'll just stop the water getting in. Yeah, look, nice line down the front. Sitting on the seal quite nice. So that's that. Now I've already fitted the side light bulb. On these new headlights they've got the push-in type 5 watt. On the old one they've got these push in and twist ones, but we don't want that. We want this headlight bulb. So you do, push it down, twist it, and that'll lift out like so. There's these bloody great things. There you go. There is a notch for the bottom, and the bottom's got a notch there, look. And there are little pegs for it to go in. Ah. So that's a new headlight bulb required. Oh bugger. Terminal's bust off. Not a problem. Yeah, I should notice really. That's just got 2 prongs on it, and the third one's bust off. Not to worry. I'll get a new one of those ordered, but I will put the I'll put the headlight in. So I'll just put the cover on. And we'll get this fitted back in the car. So I'm not going to wire it up or anything. I'm just going to get it sat in here and see how it fits. It's quite nice. Got a good line down there. Might just space it out a little bit. But because I'm going to have to take it all out again, I'm just going to stick a bolt on it to stop it falling out. So I've already stripped it off. It's really simple to get the steering cowling off. Take the steering wheel off. There's an 8mm thing up underneath, under your plugs. The switch gear comes off. You can take your steering cowling off. That then exposes the ignition barrel here. So what I'm going to do first, before I do anything, is I'm going to plug it in and make sure that the steering column works. The steering column, make sure the ignition switch works. So there's that one. There's that one. There we go. Ignition lights. That all works. Now we've got to get this one out. So I've got to drill these out. So I'm going to put the centre punch on. I've drilled them out. Let's see if it'll break off now. That'll be a no then. Balls. Alright, try grinding it off. So we ground them off and we've managed to knock it off, and that just comes off like that. That's got quite hot. So we'll get the new one. Just take the key out. Goes on there like so. It goes there like so. I think that's all in place. So what we do now is, wherever I've put it, 13mm spanner, just tighten these up. And there we go, shears off. Let's do this bottom one, that goes tight. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And I can just feel it going now. And there we go, sheared off. So that's on. All on. Turn the key. Everything lights up. Steering lock's working. Good to go. Hardest part about this door lock is getting this off. On the early ones, they had the screw in there. On this one, it's got like a circlip type thing. Here we go, look. See that coming out there? Take that clip out and then that just comes off like so. Right, so I can pop this trim off now. Pull the poppers out, and it just comes out like so. Right, just need to wind the window back up now. Right, so you've got to pop off that white thing, and then just take out the clip. Well, I can't show you the camera while I'm doing that, so I'll have to just do it and show you afterwards. So it's a new lock. I'm just going to get some squirt in it. Keys are new, so it's still going to be a little bit sticky. Now on the inside I'm going to put some spray grease. So that's it for this video. We've got the headlight in, another job that we can't do until we get more parts. You can fit the headlight bulb without taking the headlight out, but I've got it up on axle stands. It's quite a reach for me to get over. It's just as easy, it's 3 bolts and the headlight comes out and I can just put it in. So the headlight's in, but I will be taking it out again to fit a bulb. We've got the ignition lock changed. Wasn't quite as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. We did have to get the grinder on it in the end, and after grinding one of the heads down, I just give it a whack with a hammer and chisel, and it managed to break that off, and it fell off basically. New ones on, shear bolts, lovely jubbly, jobs are good. And then we've just replaced the driver's door handle button lock combo. That's a really straightforward job. I say that the hardest part of that is getting the window winder handle off. But once you can get something in there and just hook out that little circlip, it's easy to go back together because you can put the circlip back on the winder and then just push it on, because as you push it, it'll open the circlip and then the circlip will close as it goes over the lip. So that, you know, I've not bothered putting anything back together because we're going to see what we can do about those trim panels. They're a bit wobbly. We're going to see if we can try and straighten them out, glue the fabric back on. If not, we'll look out for some new trim pieces. We do still need some new seats for this, but if we can get a full interior, new seats, all the trim panels, the trim piece that goes on the tailgate, we're missing that, so all the wiper motor's exposed at the moment. Here, they've got little plastic clips, same as here, look. They've got a little plastic clip that you can put the screw into. Here, we're missing two. So yeah, we're missing two in the middle there. That's what you screw the grill onto. If you know where I can find those, or I don't know, you might. Trouble is, getting anything from the UK anymore is a bit of a nightmare. So I'm trying to source our parts in Europe, which is not always easy. But they are out there. I've just got to look for those. There's different little bits and pieces that we wear. The seats are pretty important because the driver's seat's quite worn out on this. And we want the Hobbit to be comfortable, don't we? So yeah, I've not bothered putting the interior back together. Headlights half in. But it's progress. It's all progress. Hopefully the wheel bearings will be here at some point. But in the meantime, I'll get this other suspension leg off and get all that done. But I won't bring you along for that because you saw me doing the other side. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.